He forced his stepdaughter into a fake marriage at 18 when she tried to escape. His darkness was finally exposed. He forced his stepdaughter into a fake marriage at 18 when she tried to escape. His darkness was finally exposed. The storm was raging the night Maya, an 18-year-old girl with timid eyes and bruised confidence, finally realized she needed to run. The house she lived in, large, cold, and full of secrets, belonged to Declan Ward, the man who had married her mother years ago and then slowly isolated both of them from the world. But after Maya's mother died suddenly, Declan became something else, something darker, possessive, controlling. He tried to rewrite the roles of the house, demanding that Maya dress, act, and live like a perfect wife, even though she was only a teenager and only his stepdaughter, legally and morally out of bounds. It wasn't a marriage, and Maya knew it. It was a prison disguised as a home. He controlled her phone, her education, her outings, everything. Until the day Maya found an old notebook in her mother's belongings, one that revealed years of silent suffering and warnings Maya never received. Maya sat on the edge of her cold bed, clutching her mother's notebook tightly. The pages were filled with scribbles, fears, and one repeating sentence: if something happens to me, Maya must run. Tears slipped down Maya's cheeks as she whispered, "Mom, you knew." Declan's footsteps echoed down the hall. Heavy. Slow. Too familiar. "Maya," he called, voice cold, "come downstairs. We need to talk." Every hair on her body stood upright. She wiped her tears quickly and hid the notebook under the loose floorboard. Downstairs, Declan stood stiffly, jaw clenched. "I spoke to Pastor Hill today. He agrees it's time we formalize things. A ceremony. No more delays." Maya froze. He had been pushing for this twisted facade for months, manipulating the town's perception, twisting religious ideas to silence her. People in the small community viewed him as a tragic widower and a respectable man. They didn't know what the walls inside this house had witnessed. Maya's voice trembled. "I'm not doing this." Declan's eyes turned violent. "Don't test me." And in that moment, Maya finally understood her mother's warnings weren't paranoia. They were prophecy. That night, as Declan slept with the bedroom door locked from the inside, Maya quietly lifted the floorboard and reread her mother's final entries. One page was stained with water, maybe tears, maybe fear. But the last line chilled Maya's spine: "If he tries to trap you the way he trapped me, trust the man I circled." Beside the sentence was a name circled in red: Detective Aidan Cole. A childhood friend of her mother. A man her mother once trusted. A name Maya had never heard because Declan had erased everyone from their life. Maya needed a phone. A way out. She couldn't use the landline. Declan had cameras and recorded every call, but she remembered where the old emergency phone was kept: the shed behind the house. As the storm shook the trees that night, Maya slipped out barefoot into the mud, heart pounding. Lightning flashed. She ran to the shed and there it was. The emergency phone, dusty but alive. Her hands trembled as she dialed the number. After 3 rings, a deep voice answered: "Detective Cole." Maya broke down instantly. "This is Maya. Lana's daughter. Please. I need help." There was silence on the line, then urgency. "Where are you? Are you safe?" "No," she whispered. "He's planning something. Something terrible. I'm coming. Do not let him know you called me. I'll be there before sunrise." Maya hung up, hope flickering inside her for the first time in years. But hope was a fragile thing. and Declan was already awake. Chapter 3 The Discovery. By the time Maya returned to the house, soaked and shivering, Declan was standing in the hallway holding the shed key. He had cameras everywhere. "Where did you go?" he asked, voice quiet, dangerous. Maya's throat closed. I went for air." He stepped toward her until her back hit the wall. "You think I'm stupid?" Tears burned her eyes. Declan grabbed her wrist tightly. "You're not going anywhere. Ever." Maya jerked free and ran upstairs, locking her door. Declan pounded on it, roaring her name, but she didn't open it. Hours passed. Silence finally returned. Just before dawn, she heard tires crunch on the gravel outside. Detective Aidan Cole had arrived. Maya rushed to the window and her blood ran cold. Declan walked out the front door with a shotgun. Detective Cole stepped out of his car slowly, showing empty hands. "Declan," he said calmly. "Put the weapon down." "This is my home," Declan snarled. "You don't belong here. You've been controlling that girl for years. I know who you really are." Declan's face twisted in rage. Maya opened her window slightly, watching with her heart in her throat. "You're not taking her," Declan growled. "She's all I have left." "She's a child," Aidan replied. "Not your possession." That single word possession triggered something monstrous in Declan. He raised the shotgun. Maya screamed, "Stop!" The distraction was enough. Aidan lunged forward, grabbing the barrel as the gun discharged into the sky. Birds scattered, thunder cracked, and the two men wrestled violently. Declan was strong, crazed with obsession. He threw Aidan to the ground and aimed again. Maya didn't think. She ran downstairs, grabbed the vase from the hallway, and sprinted outside. Just as Declan pulled the trigger, she slammed the vase into his arm. The bullet hit the ground inches from Aidan. Declan roared in pain, turning on Maya like a beast. "Ungrateful girl." He raised the gun at her. A shot fired. Declan collapsed. Aidan stood behind him, breathing hard, gun smoking. Maya fell to her knees, crying in shock and relief. Aidan rushed to her, placing a protective arm around her. "You're safe now," he whispered. "I won't let anything happen to you." For the first time in years, Maya believed someone. Police cars arrived minutes later. Declan's crimes, years of manipulation, coercive control, financial abuse, isolation, were exposed. Hidden files, documents, threats, and recordings revealed the truth. The community that once praised him was stunned. And Maya, once invisible, was finally seen. 6 months later, Maya walked into a courtroom, not as a victim, but as a survivor ready to close the last chapter of the nightmare. Aidan had become her guardian during the investigation, offering her safety and support without ever overstepping the boundaries she desperately needed. "Maya," the judge said gently, "you're free." Free. A word Maya thought she'd never hear. She stepped outside the courthouse, looked up at the clear sky, and whispered, "Mom. I made it out." She turned to Aidan, a man her mother trusted for a reason. "What now?" Maya asked softly. He smiled warmly. "Now, you live." And for the first time in her life, Maya walked forward with a heart no longer held hostage, but finally free to choose her own destiny.